WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. Visit bettsplumbing.com or 14 Coleman Avenue, Westfield. Public welcome.
We are live.
There
I think
we
we're
go.
live now. Good morning, everybody.
I
Welcome
used
to
my
Tiger
radio
Talk.
voice.
Oh, that was good. You're listening to Tiger Talk. It is 8:04 now on November 16, 2023. If you're listening in your car on 89.5, I like to have my script here, Mrs. Groom. You can watch us on WCPC Channel 15 on if you're an Xfinity customer. And also, if you aren't able to see us, or if you want to see us, just tune up to YouTube, WSKB Radio, not Community TV. Curtis, I hear, is with us live.
Hey, Curtis.
Hey, Kurt. Welcome to the show, Curtis. We got Curtis and Jasmine working the show today. So remember, Kurt, kill your mic. Remember, we are run by the kids, for the kids, Mr.
That's
Groom.
right,
So
we are.
this show
That's
is...
why we're so happy and having a good time.
That's it. Videoed by our kids, and the sound is done by our kids. So,
Yeah.
And, of course, the help from Mr. Coles today and Mr. Forney sometimes, and usually I think he's out a little bit. But
And Mr. Cole's intern, Vlad.
Oh, Vlad, who was on the show
our
last
guest
week.
Last week.
So, Mrs. Groom, I got to get my mic set. Here we
know.
go. Okay, so lots going on. We are in our third week of exploratory.
Yes, they're finishing up their third week.
If you listened last week, we had a fantastic. You look amazing today. Your hair looks good, huh?
Thank you, especially since I just said, oh, it looks terrible today.
Oh, I think it looks amazing. I
you.
got to tell
The
you, I'm
cold
so
air is-
grateful and appreciative of being
hair?
able to work with you
Oh.
and to be able to see your hair.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah.
Feeling it's mutual.
Oh, is that a hair comment?
No,
How
not at
bald
all.
I am?
No, not at all.
You know, again, the guys who suffer from hair loss, which is over 60%.
Mm-hmm.
It's a sensitive topic, and I don't know why you have to bring it up all the time.
My favorite people are people
passive-aggressive-
who don't have hair.
Passive aggressive attack on
Right, Mr. Groom?
Yes, your husband. Luckily, I believe that. So last week we had a show. Vlad was on the show with our IT talking about Cyber Patriot. If you haven't, if you missed that, that was actually really Brady and Vlad did a great. Didn't they do a great job?
Excellent.
They
job.
talked about the Cyber Patriot program.
Well prepared.
Yes. The Cyber Patriot program is a competition across the country
Yeah.
with all high school and college
Yes.
kids, and basically the government runs it. I think it was the Air Force.
Yep.
Military run, and they put viruses and problems in
Yeah.
computer programs.
Yeah.
And the kids have to find them.
Right.
It's
It sounded like interesting work.
Yeah, and it's a
Like
huge industry
yeah.
too. Like these guys, if they get into cybersecurity,
Yeah.
I mean, everything is technology right
Well,
now.
it's true.
right?
We have those trainings, the cybersecurity trainings that the staff
Yeah.
gets, and
All the phishing and things like
yeah,
that.
when and I like doing them. I know a lot of people are like, whatever, but I like doing them because they're
They're stupid.
well, I think they're interesting because
Yeah.
that can
Well, you're a Dateline person too.
That's
you
right.
love Dateline and
Yes.
unsolved murder
Yep,
mysteries.
exactly.
Have you committed
Not
murders
unsolved.
before?
I like 'em.
Are you a murderer?
No, I am not.
That was great. They did an awesome job. We had our sports guys on, and we had who was our teacher last week? I've been losing track.
That was
Wallace?
yeah,
Yeah,
Ms.
Marnie Wallace. She did a great job. Social studies.
She
teacher.
was
So
really, not.
you were impressed?
I was, well, because I hadn't really spent much time with her because of the virtual school, and
Yeah.
and so getting to know her was nice.
Yeah, she did great.
She was a
doing,
great
She's doing very well.
guest.
We just had her. If anybody cares, but I'll say it. Of course they care. All 7 listeners. How many views did we get last week?
I think it was at least 50 recorded.
Vlad was supposed to help us with that, but he didn't. No. Anyway, we had an awesome advisory dinner, which you were invited to, and you decided to snub us on it Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm not a good fly by the seat of your pants. Hey, what are you doing in an hour? Do you want to come to the dinner?
I invited you much earlier.
A couple hours maybe earlier.
Okay, whatever.
But I thank
missed
you for the invitation, and I've been before several
Yeah.
times. It was just I hadn't planned on it this.
Well, culinary did a great job.
Mm-hmm.
16 sophomores, I think just 16 culinary kids. I'm not sure all their grades, including 2 freshmen who weren't even in the shop yet, volunteered to come in
Wow.
Tuesday night at 6:00. They helped cook a dinner. We had roast beef, pulled pork, a fish scrod, chicken.
How was that for breakfast yesterday?
It was delicious. They just did a great job. It was a great spread. And what it was all the local businesses that sit on a board for each shop,
Yes.
the advisory crew, were all welcomed back. We had over 200, which was amazing, 200 people there.
Yeah, that is.
And as Mr. Zapp said, when we came here, it was like, am I bothering you right now?
No, I'm listening. I want to go to the menu for this week so that I can say because they're open today.
Oh, you weren't prepared.
And
Okay, I got you. So anyway, it was a
Perhaps.
great thing. 200 people, city councilors, school committee members were there, and it's a big thank you to all the advisory
Yeah.
people that help us
it's
out.
very nice. It really is. a
And it's
nice
really
thing.
important because they let us know what industry is requiring and
Yes.
what the kids need to be prepared for.
Which is that keeps us relevant.
Which
our
is
students.
awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
So we also, I talked about this last week. Our kids went on a leadership summit in Boston, the BFIT summit that was last week.
Right.
The big thing is our craft fair is coming up November 26th, which is this after Thanksgiving,
week.
the Sunday after Thanksgiving,
Mm-hmm.
9 a.m. to 3. So if you're interested, if you've ever been to the craft fair here, if you haven't been, you gotta come.
It is.
You love to get your tchotchkes, right? You're gonna get your styrofoam snowman and stuff.
Yeah, no.
Or
not
your
this
belt,
year.
or honey.
I think I get my honey, but I get it through.
There's tons of things
our
to get here. So
teachers.
that is 9 to 3 on Sunday the 26th. So please come by, and all the profits go to our parent volunteer organization.
Yeah, that's
fund.
great. It's
And it's a
their
lot of
biggest
work for our
fundraiser.
PVO,
Yeah.
a ton of work for our PVO. So thank you, Dan Knappich, and all the members on the PVO
Right.
for doing that work.
We appreciate our volunteers.
And that's going great. Our construction department is still working on the house. Our horticulture department did an amazing
I know. I drove by yesterday
job.
and forgot to look over at the house. I got past it and I said, "Oh,
If you are on Mill Street in Westfield and you want to see something awesome, there where we built the house from scratch, including landscaping and wiring as well inside, check it out. It's really great. I'm going to try to get over there Friday. They're pouring concrete for some things tomorrow.
there's a lot of
And it's
traffic
supposed to be nice,
that
so I'm
way."
going to try to go over there and check it out, maybe
all
get
the-
some pictures.
Yeah. With all the construction,
yeah.
you might get stuck having
Oh,
looked
that's
at
okay.
it.
And then, which is great, and they did an unbelievable, the horticulture did an unbelievable fire pit and patio. Did you see that on
Oh, I didn't-
Facebook?
No, I did not.
Oh, my God. Unbelievable.
Oh, I can't wait
Yeah.
to see it.
So, no, wait, I don't know if that was at that house, but they did a fire pit and a sidewalk at
No.
the customer's house.
Okay, I do know that they did. I heard about the sidewalk, but I haven't seen it yet.
The last thing I want to mention before we bring our guest on was last Thursday we did an all-school assembly, which we talked
Yes, we
about.
did.
I always want to say it was very successful. Don't you think?
Yes, the kids were really tuned in.
Yeah.
They were.
The machine, Jesse Green, Mr. Hastings, our principal, set that up. He was a motivational speaker.
Yes, I would say.
What'd you think? Like, I thought he was
He kept the
did.
attention. I don't know the number, but he showed flashes.
1,165.
Wow, look at you.
1,165.
Images. But the way
In my
he
head,
was.
are you impressed? I knew that.
I'm very impressed.
Yeah.
But the images, they split second.
Yeah.
But he talked along with them, and it was really very
I like
cool.
basically his message was, if it ain't working, keep trying.
Yeah.
Because you never know, and do what you love.
Right.
And he's a success story. It's really good.
Yeah.
And we set him up with some food on the way home too.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Our Thanksgiving buffet. And speaking of the restaurant, I do want to just mention the menu while we have
Already?
a moment.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
So today they're open 10:45 to 12:15. Their soups, butternut bisque, chicken gumbo. They have for their salad is a classic chef salad. Fresh greens with garden vegetables, turkey, ham, boiled egg, cheddar, and Swiss cheese, and your choice of dressing. And the entrees du jour are Dijon crusted pork tenderloin, lightly breaded seared pork medallions finished with a Dijon cream sauce, served with rice pilaf.
Love rice
and
pilaf.
Brussels sprouts. The other entree, tomato basil chicken and pasta. That is a sautéed chicken breast with basil, garlic, white wine, Roma tomatoes, Parmesan, cheese, and cream. Tossed with penne pasta, served with petite salad and choice of dressing. And the sandwich today, grilled chicken breast. It's a Cali chicken sandwich, which is a grilled chicken breast with lettuce, tomato, onion, avocado, and finished with lime aioli. Served on a house-made petite grinder roll with French fries and a pickle.
Well, you got through it, and you read it all on your phone.
I did.
Typically, we have that printed up.
It's
so that was
really
not
tough,
easy.
yes,
Yeah.
and I apologize.
So the
But this
restaurant is open.
perfect,
Yeah, the restaurant is open today.
Yes, we're
at
excited.
Starting time
10:45 to
10:45
12:15.
to 12:15. So if you're out and about and you want to look and you're interested in any of those meals,
Yep.
and sandwiches, come on,
Yeah,
stop
there's
by.
other options. And,
And the-
oh, go
Well,
ahead.
no, you
Sorry.
go ahead,
Oh,
please.
good. All right. If you can't sit in, do a takeout order. Give us a call at 564-3123.
You're really hogging the air right now, huh?
Well, I'm learning from the best.
Okay, great. And what you forgot to mention is this is the freshmen this week.
Right.
They're getting thrown into the fire, basically. And who we have to talk to us about
Oh, boy.
that.
And there's the paper right over there.
Oh, and there's the menu. So we have with us, we'd like to highlight a teacher try to highlight a teacher or an adult every week that influences Westfield Tech. We have a new teacher today, Nick Leslie here. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Just make sure you talk close to the mic. So he's one of our chefs, year one.
Right.
He brought the menu, which is pretty impressive. We didn't even tell him to.
I thought we were going to do a commercial, and then he was coming in.
I know,
so
but
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You changed the
Well, I did.
programming.
I saw him waiting, and I said, "Let's get him on because he's got to get back to the
Yes, he
shop." And the
does, he
kids
does.
are Chef Rogers. So thanks, Chef Rogers and Miss Boyso, for letting us steal
Right.
him for a minute.
Yeah.
But Nick, welcome to the show. This is Tiger Talk. I asked Nick last week. I said, "Hey, do you want to come on Tiger Talk?" And I said, "Of course you've watched the show."
Right.
And guess what he said?
Yeah, the
No.
common theme.
Why are the staff not watching the show?
They're very busy, Mr. Daly.
Well, they could put it on the car on the way home.
Well, not on YouTube.
Well, sure, they can audio do that if
Oh,
they want.
okay.
I'll give them tips.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, Nick,
He'll
thanks-
watch it this week.
Yeah, of course he's gonna watch this week. Nick, thanks for coming on the show. This is year one for you. Give us a little background on. Have you been teaching ever before? Is this your first year?
This is my first teaching position.
Okay, so give us a background, how you got into culinary, and then what led you to come into Westfield Tech.
Yeah, so actually I've been working in the culinary field since I've been 16 years old. Pretty much never left. And I kind of went backwards than most people. Most people start out in the restaurant world and then kind of find a way to work themselves into either healthcare or schools. I kind of went the opposite way. I did a little bit of healthcare, but then I went right into the restaurant world. I was the executive chef at a couple different country clubs. And then when we started a family, I'm like, well, this life isn't conducive
Yeah.
to that anymore. So went back into healthcare, worked in healthcare and schools for about 5 to 6 years, and then wound up here.
How did this come about? Like, how did you get to Westfield Tech? Like, were you looking to get into teaching?
Yeah, a little bit. And I was on the culinary advisory panel
Okay.
last year, and I had come here for the Chef Showdown, which is super popular.
Yeah.
As one of the guest judges, and the superintendent had actually commented that there was a position open. I'm
Yeah.
like, well, I've never thought about teaching before, but
Yeah.
I think I'd be pretty good at it.
Yeah.
That's how the wheels got rolling.
And now here you are.
And here I am.
What do you think so far?
I love it here.
Do you?
Staff is awesome. Kids are awesome. Like I said, we're in the middle of freshman 1 week right now, so it's fun to get, just these, 16 set of eyes that have no idea what it is like working in a kitchen.
Right.
Kind of get to mold them a little bit from the ground up.
How you've been in many kitchens? How does our kitchen hold up compared to industry stuff out there?
This kitchen is state of the art. Every piece of equipment you can think of in a kitchen,
Yeah.
we have here. I've never had the pleasure of working with a blast chiller before.
Uh-huh.
We have our combi ovens that
Yeah,
can,
those are cool.
They're amazing. They can cook, they can smoke, you can poach an egg in there.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of cool stuff in this
Yeah.
kitchen.
Stuff that you had not used before and had to learn yourself.
Correct, especially the combi ovens.
Yeah.
I mean, you almost need an engineering degree to figure out the computer
Yeah.
on those, but they're awesome.
Yeah, I was really surprised and shocked, like when I started doing some co-op stuff a couple years ago and going to other restaurants just to check it out and do, we had to do a safety check to make sure everything's up to par, and going into these restaurants that I'm used to only here, and going into other restaurants.
Culture shock.
And I'm like, okay, this is half the size of what we have at school.
Yep.
And it's not much. It's better, but not much different than house kitchens I've been in at some
Sometimes,
places,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, for sure.
But maybe a different oven or some dish cleaning things or something like that. So I was totally in the dark about what you don't see behind the scenes of how it's getting cooked, and then it comes out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it's cool. So the combi ovens is a big thing. Obviously, those are really expensive, but they're top notch and
What is a combi oven?
combination.
I got that.
Oh,
but
you
what,
did.
What does
Okay.
that mean?
Well, I can't explain it. Chef, can you get
That's
it?
what
Yeah.
I was asking the chef. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so combi stands for combination, but it has all these different settings on it. So like I said, you can use it as a normal oven if you want, but you can smoke food in it. So we can actually literally put wood chips in the oven, smoke food. It will steam for you. You can turn it into a holding box if you just needed the hot hold food for like a buffet like we did for the advisory dinner the other night. Like I said, you can poach an egg in there. You can literally do almost anything that any other piece of equipment can do.
Wow.
It's incredible. It actually has a almost they're kind of like dishwasher pods that we put in. It has a self-cleaning feature, so it'll power wash the inside by itself. It's awesome.
And it's all digital and set programming. And,
Yep, and you can program your own recipes in. So when we do like a pork shoulder for pulled pork, we'll cook it overnight, and we'll set it up to smoke for a couple hours, cook for a couple, steam, and then hot hold. But we have it all pre-programmed in, so all we have to do is click on the pork butt option, and everything's preloaded for
all
us.
done.
Yep.
That's great.
amazing.
It is amazing. What did you think of the general advisory dinner? Now you've been to have you been to a dinner on the advisory?
Yep, that was actually my first time in this school was the advisory dinner last year.
Okay.
That was my first advisory meeting. But this year, I thought it went awesome. The kids, we actually had 2 freshmen that volunteered to stay
said that,
and
yeah.
help us, and they were rock stars. Like,
Yeah.
they were like, they actually thanked us for letting them stay, and I'm like, no, thank you.
And they were volunteer, and we didn't have to bribe the kids to come or
not at
anything.
all.
They were just
Yeah,
coming, which
that's
is
great.
which is amazing. Have you gotten a chance to get outside of the kitchen a little bit and see other parts of the school yet?
A little bit. I did one kind of shadowing thing a couple weeks ago in an English class, and that was the first time I realized how big this school is.
Yeah.
I almost needed CPR by the time I got to the fourth
stairs.
floor on the other side of the building.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know how you kids make your butts every day, like
Right.
just running around. But yeah, so I've seen a little bit of the school.
Yeah. Yeah. Mrs. Grimm, you got any questions for
I
Chef?
have some 5.
Oh, you wanna do the
questions.
5 already?
Oh, I didn't know. I thought that's
Well,
what
I don't
you
know.
were
I didn't. I
kinda
thought you
going
interrupted me
towards.
before. I thought you were going to do ask
Well,
another
get
question.
used to it because I think that's going to be the new format.
I don't care for this right now. Nick, I want to ask you the kids, the freshman exploratory, and actually coming in as a newbie. What is do you have a challenge? Do you think there's a biggest challenge you have?
I think the biggest challenge, specifically with freshmen, you know, when, you know, and obviously when they're done and they're comparing all their shops, the biggest, you know, struggle we have is the end of the day, the cleanup. It's, you know, it's the kids, you know, their students, they love cooking, they love learning new things, but, you know, when 12 o'clock comes and it's like, all right, guys, time to clean up.
Right.
They're like, what do you mean we have to clean?
Right.
So that's kind of the struggle, is like teaching them the proper way to clean a commercial kitchen.
Yeah.
But it's funny, on Monday, you know, sometimes you got to actually teach a student like how to use a broom correctly. But by Friday, like it's almost a well-oiled machine. So it's kind of cool to see how, you know, how they progress over just that short 5-day period.
Yeah, and you're not alone. So all the shops at the end of the day do a cleanup, and it's a good practice, right? Any industry and job, at the end of the day, you want to clean up your area to make sure that you're not walking into a mess again. So
For sure.
But you're right, with the freshmen, you know, it takes a little bit longer to get
Little bit,
them.
yeah.
And then there's the added piece that these shops are their top 6, so it's one of 6, and culinary may not be, or any shop may not be the top. So the least favorite thing for them to do is to clean
clean
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing you have to struggle with during
But
exploratory.
I hope that hopefully you get, like we always say, in the 5 weeks of exploratory, you can get 3 kids from each that really want to be there, you know, to get your 14, 16 kids.
Yep.
And that's what you want to work with anyway, right?
Yeah,
That's
for
your
sure.
core group. And then once the kids, you'll see this, once the freshmen are selected and they're in, you're going to be amazed at the production you'll be able to produce, right? I mean, with the food, because, you know, right now it's tough during freshman week when you have the kids. I mean, this is a big, I'm surprised that you guys are trying to go with the restaurant today, but.
I mean, we want to give them that actual exposure, but, you know, I almost felt bad for our last freshman group because we had so much catering, and that's still a good exposure for them, but I felt bad because we didn't really have any normal restaurant operations that week, and we want them, you know, I love to actually open 2 days a week on the freshman week because we do rotate them from front of the house to the back of the house, so we'd love them to get to see both aspects of it. This week, unfortunately, we're only open 1 day, but at least they get to see the restaurant in operation.
What's your specialty? What's your bag? Are you a range guy? Are you a baker guy? Like, what are you?
Love the range.
You do?
Yep. And you know, I'll do bakery, but today specifically, I'll be on the range.
Yeah.
With 3 of the freshmen when we're open, and that's my wheelhouse. I love.
Are
being
you
saute.
cooking the meat guy, or are you other stuff?
Saute.
Yeah.
Love being on saute.
Nice.
That's usually the craziest station to be on too, but it's a lot of fun.
So you're no stranger to throwing stuff on fire and flipping
Not
it
at
around.
all. Yep.
Nice. What we like to do, Nick, before you roll out of here, is Mrs. Groom sets up 5 questions. There's just quick 5 ones. You don't need a big answer on it. It's just go as fast as you can.
Got it.
Ready?
And Mrs.
I'm ready.
Are you ready, Mrs.
I'm
Groom?
ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So what's your favorite restaurant? Putting you right out there.
Favorite restaurant: Cedar Street Grill in Sturbridge, Mass.
All right. What's your favorite dish, wherever?
Favorite dish is anything escargot. I love snails.
Really?
Really?
Can't find them that much anymore, but I love them.
Wow.
You ever
okay.
had that?
I have not. I watched an I Love Lucy once, and she had escargot in Paris, and it's a classic. If you ever get to
Dating
see that.
yourself, Mrs. Groom, a bit.
Yeah.
Well, when you were a teenager watching that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. If you win the lottery, what's the first thing you do?
Oh, first thing I do, I'm flying to Vegas the week that the Pittsburgh Penguins are out there to watch a Penguins game in Vegas.
Okay.
All right. And if you were to go on vacation, just vacation, a relaxing vacation, where would you go?
Bora Bora.
Ooh.
Okay.
Would you stay on the water where they have those places that?
If I won the lottery,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. And then when the holidays come about, who does the cooking?
I do all the cooking.
Yeah.
My wife, I love her to death, and she'll be the first to admit she cannot boil water.
All right.
Not her specialty.
The opposites attract.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. If you have a chef, why would you want anybody else cooking?
Well, Chef Rogers, he's
He
married
doesn't
to
cook?
a chef.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So
Little bit
that's what
different.
I didn't know. So,
Yeah.
it's interesting.
Big Penguins fan?
Big Penguins fan.
How about Bruins?
You know, it's not that I don't like the Bruins. I don't like Bruins fans for the most part because you don't hear
Okay.
anybody talk about hockey.
You-
And the minute they make the playoffs, everybody comes out of the woodworks.
Well, welcome to you. Stop. Yeah. Mr. Groom?
I think you'd like my husband.
Yeah,
You'll meet
okay.
him one day.
Mr. Forney's a big hockey guy, too. We should have
Yeah.
next week, we'll bring him over to the Thunderbirds when we go.
Oh, okay. All right. Sounds
Talk
good.
to Mr. Forney about it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Sounds
thanks for
terrific.
coming on the show. Did a great job. We welcome aboard. The restaurant is killing it. You and Chef Rogers seem to be clicking, and that's good. And
Absolutely.
the kids
It's
are.
been a seamless start.
Yeah, It's been really
appreciate it.
impressive, and of course, I'm no stranger to trying out the
And
food.
we can judge this because we do make sure that.
Well, he already knows. Like I saw him eating eating that. I was like, "What are you eating there, right there?"
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, thanks for coming on. We'll see you later on this afternoon. Are you gonna eat lunch there
Yes.
today? Okay, so we'll see you today.
Standing
We're
reservation.
gonna go to our first song on Tiger Talk. It's 8:26. I think we're off.
August still on my mind. Have the smile that could light up the world. Now it rains, it seems the sun never shines. And I drive down this lonely, lonely road. Ooh, I got this feeling, but I gotta let you go. 'Cause now you got to fly to the angels. Heaven awaits your heart and flowers bloom in your name. Whoa, whoa, you gotta fly to the angels. All the stars in the night shine your name. Though it hurts me way deep inside, when I turn and look and find that you're not there, I try to convince myself that the pain is still not gone. Till I drive down this lonely, lonely road. Ooh, I got this feeling, girl, I gotta let you go. But now you got to fly to the angels. Heaven awaits your heart and flowers bloom in your name. Whoa, whoa, you gotta fly to the angels. All the stars in the night shine in your name. And still I drive down this lonely, lonely road. Ooh, I got this feeling, oh, I can't let you go. But I know that you got to fly to the angels. Heaven awaits your heart and flowers bloom in your name. Whoa, whoa, you gotta fly to the angels. All the stars in the sky shine in your name.
One of our underwriters here at WSTV's Community Radio is Carson Center for Health and Human Services, a nonprofit organization located at 20 Broad Street in Westfield. They provided behavioral health and rehabilitation services in communities throughout Western Massachusetts since 1963. There are services for children, adolescents, adults, families, and couples. You can find them on the web at carsoncenter.org or at 413-572-4132.
Hi, it's Bob Plass, and I have Wow, It's Tuesday, every Tuesday, 6 to 8. Wow, it's Tuesday.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSFD.
I did it!
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
And we are back. We're live on Tiger Talk. It's 8:31. You listen to 89.5 on the radio. We just had, I'm your host, Kevin Dale, with my co-host, Carol Groom, with us. I didn't introduce us the first segment.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. So you're listening to Tiger Talk, run by the kids, for the kids.
That's
right. We have our own radio station. We're killing it. And we just had, I took over the music a couple weeks ago. Because I wanted to take something off your plate.
Thank you.
I saw that you were stressed with a lot of things, and I'm looking out for you.
Yeah.
And it's about partnership. You know what I mean?
That's right.
And
you have a much more eclectic ear than I do.
yeah. Oh, was that a compliment?
It
Girls,
was.
Did you hear that? Mrs. Groom complimented me. I know, Sophia. So we just played a little slaughter there for you guys. A little slaughter, fly to the angels out there coming at you. What you just lit up like a Christmas
I
tree,
did.
Mrs. Groom.
As soon as it
How come?
started, I love that song.
You do?
Yeah. It's,
I think about when
Hair
I'm picking
Nation.
songs. like
Yep.
I gotta get some rockin' hair stuff for you.
yeah.
And that was a good one. You were just grinning ear to ear. I feel like there's a story behind that song.
It's just a great song.
Interesting. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. You'll
Yes.
definitely enjoy the next one as well.
Okay.
We had Chef Nick Leslie, first-year teacher, on with us. We had just had a great segment. If you're interested in what
Yes.
culinary is all about, he did a great job explaining it.
Yes.
The freshmen are in, the restaurant's open, and we are moving on. Segment 2, we have 2 awesome guests with us. The reason they're on is because last week, about 12 students from our graphic arts and radio communication department went to the Thunderbirds.
That's
The
right.
Springfield Thunderbirds during the day. It was like Kids Day for Springfield elementary schools, correct, ladies?
Yeah,
Yep.
there were 6,000 students.
6,000 students.
And that would
Amazing.
equal
It was
to,
loud.
Well, oh my God.
equal to a sold-out game.
Equal to a sold-out game. So it was jam-packed, and we had 12. I think it was 12. I'll say 12. I don't know. 12 students go over from Westfield Tech with Mr. Forney. Mr. Forney has a connection over there. He happens to be the PA announcer for the games, right?
He is.
And we thought we would be a great idea if we could bring 2 of our students from that game
Yes.
on the show and talk about what it was like, what you guys did, and what the experience was like. So who is joining us on the show?
I'm Gabriela Scatoni.
And I'm Sophia Paredes.
And Paredes, and you guys are you both have been on the show before.
Yes.
Sophia, you like to work the radio on your weeks in the shop, so you help us with the sound,
And timing.
And timing.
Timing, yes.
She very
She
much
does.
keeps
She
me on track.
tries
She gets
to
angry
really-
with
yes,
Mr.
she
Daly
does.
when he's not paying attention.
Great,
But so
great.
she keeps me in line and lets me know when I'm not.
Right.
But Gabby, tell us what was it like, and what did you get assigned a responsibility when you went to the game? Like, what was up?
I was lucky to be paired with Shay. She's the social media manager with the Thunderbirds.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of went around with her and her interns just everywhere, taking photos and videos of the players, the game, and it was like really fun.
You loved it?
I did love it.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
Did you get to go locker room, on the ice, anywhere, like anywhere and everywhere you had a pass to go wherever you wanted?
Yes, I even got to see the players warm up.
Nice.
And record videos.
Are you a hockey gal or not really, or whatever?
I like hockey,
Yeah.
but it's not like I'm really into it
Yeah.
since I'm not really sporty.
Yeah. Okay.
Did this encourage your interest more in the hockey game, or?
A little bit, since I think the social media aspect of it is really
Okay.
fun, but I'm not really into sports.
Yeah.
So was the person you were with, Shay, was her name?
Yes.
Was she posting constantly during the game?
Oh, yeah. And her interns were always talking to each other, figuring out ideas,
Yeah.
names to post.
Oh, cool. And you were helping with that?
Yeah, and I saw them do graphics in real time with
Nice.
photos and work with the photographer, Luke,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure his name
Is that things that you touch on here at school sometimes too, and now you get to see it up live?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Sophia, what did you get to do while you were at the Thunderbird
I
game?
got to be the in-game host with Kevin, Mr. Forney's best friend.
Uh-huh.
I think. It was really fun. I got to go in the eyes. I announced a lot of stuff too, and it was really fun. I got to go in the ice multiple times. I saw the players. I actually, at the end of the game, I interviewed one of the players who shot the first goal in the first quarter. It was pretty fun.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So you were on the ice.
Yes. A lot of kids saw me on the ice.
Oh, really?
I was waving to them a lot.
What was it like? It was elementary school, so was it just when you guys are obviously walking around the whole arena, correct? Was it just chaos with all the kids, or
It
no?
was wild.
Yeah.
A lot of kids were yelling and dancing because the music just made them so happy.
Yeah. Do you know what any of the other kids from our school were working on? Can you guys, do you know some other friends from the shop? Like, what were they doing?
Jake was videotaping, right?
He was videotaping at the second half, but I'm pretty sure he was helping with the behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had people do merch, and then I'm pretty sure we had 2 students record for us, so we can make like a little recap video.
Little video.
That's cool.
Are you guys working on that now, or
Yeah.
Oh, you're in academics actually, right? Oh, you have it ready?
Yeah.
Do you want to put it up, Kurt?
I will right now.
All right, let's watch this
Super.
video that you guys put together for the Thunderbirds. Is there sound with it too?
I don't think so.
Okay. So if you're able to watch this and check it out, basically it's a lot of clips of our students.
There's Sophia.
Photos by Dee Dee and Gabby. That's you.
Sorry, Dee Dee,
Oh, you took
Gabby.
some of these pictures.
I took a few. I was just walking around everywhere, so the
Oh,
2
there's the
students
video.
that were filming didn't get any photos of me since I was just
Oh,
everywhere.
And there's a goal by somebody on the Thunderbirds. So that's awesome. And you guys put this little clip together. What time did you guys get there at the
We
game?
got around there like
That's Jake's video.
8.
Yep.
8.
I was going like 8:30.
Yeah, and then we stayed there until 1 because all the kids from all the Springfield Public Schools
Yeah,
had
you see all the kids there.
had
Oh, they had little in
yeah.
between. Was that on timeouts
Between
and period
periods.
breaks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Mr. Forney.
I
Yeah.
took that photo.
You did.
Oh, nice job! Wow, that looks fun. I should have went.
I know.
Who went to chaperone?
Yeah, who went?
I love this
Mr.
photo of me
Creation.
right here. I just
Oh,
Creation?
Mr. Creation went. You're
Yeah,
right. That was
that's-
good because
That's
he's a
a good
hockey
mix.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Culture King's idea.
Culture King.
Remember?
That's
That's
right.
my-
That's
Self-proclaimed title.
Yes,
Yeah.
yourself.
Well, ladies, awesome job. Anything else you want to share with that? Would you be interested in going back to that?
Yes, I would
course.
love to see Kevin Johnson again.
Yeah.
He is like the best. He is I'm like, are you a Swiftie? And he's like, he went to a Taylor Swift concert when it was raining and during Foxborough. It was
Oh
really
boy, he's
cool.
a Swiftie.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I
He
actually,
made
I
impression.
also won like a game too there. I was guessing like the paninis, like the
Yeah.
Grand Prix
Yeah.
paninis.
Sophia
and
won the
Oh,
panini
a
re-
room.
$50 hot table gift card. I was
Oh,
like,
good.
yes.
When are you
Wow,
bringing that in for us?
I'm not
Congratulations.
bringing it in for you too.
Oh,
Sorry.
wow.
Sophia.
I named streets after
Well.
her one way. So, ladies, great job. I hope that eventually, maybe next year or the year after, we can parlay that into maybe a co-op over there. So think about that in the future when you guys are eligible, because we did have Aiden over there, and he did a great job. And just things exactly what you did, and Sophia, what you did are things that we would love to work with Kevin and everybody over at the Thunderbirds. So we thank the Thunderbirds, obviously, right?
Right.
For letting us go over and do that, and obviously Mr. Forney for the connections. What was that?
A little heart.
Oh, a heart.
Aw.
Oh, yeah, a
Love
little
ya.
heart. Yeah, make the heart. Nice. All right, we're gonna go to anything else you want, Sophia? Okay, she's all upset. We're
Thank
gonna
you
go
so
to
much
another.
for
We're gonna
being
go to
here.
another song, and then we'll come back with a little bit more Tiger Talk and maybe a little sports corner with the boys.
Yeah.
Woman, you want me, give me a sign. And catch my breathing, even
Underwriting for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Boys and Girls Club of Greater Westfield, serving the youth of the Whip City and surrounding communities since 1969. For more information on the Great Futures Club for ages 3 to 5, happening weekdays, and the Club Teen Center for ages 11 and older, weekdays from 6:30 till 8 p.m., go online at bcgwestfield.org or visit the club at 28 West Silver Street. The Boys and Girls Club of Greater Westfield. Great futures start here.
Listen to me, Michael Buster McMahon, Mondays 8 to 10 a.m. to learn the stories behind your favorite songs. Or don't. I'm not the
Live
boss
from
of you.
Studio 120 at
Community
Westfield
Radio.
Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
And we are back to Tiger Talk at 8:44 a.m. on November 16th. You're listening to the number one show on WSKB Radio. It's not even self-proclaimed. It's fact. It's number one. You just listened to another great song, Duran Duran,
Yeah.
Hungry Like a Wolf. And you thought that was
I
because
thought you did
saw a
that
wolf.
on purpose because
Guys,
he told me he saw,
I saw
a wolf.
I saw it wasn't a coyote. I was coming home from the advisory dinner. There was this thing on the side of the road. It looked like a husky dog. Like
A
a
Malamute.
Malamute, and it was hungry.
Like a wolf.
Yeah, so I got out and I said, "You get out of here." And he looked at me.
First, you asked Brody, Amity,
Yeah,
are you
I
far
know.
from
I
home?
thought it was your dogs, and it wasn't. And I drove by, and I actually turned around and put the lights on him, thinking he would go away, and he sort of didn't. And I was like, "This is no coyote. This is a wolf." All you hunters out there. Did I see a wolf? I don't know. A little correction there. If you're with us for our last segment, we talked about the Thunderbirds, and the footage we put up on the show was made for the show. I think, Kurt, you made that. And then if you go to our Facebook page, on Facebook, there's another video highlighting what we did there. So it's a little bit different. So
Two
thank you
different
to
views.
Mr. Forney for taking the kids and also for the correction, Mr. Forney. Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Forney.
So we got the boys on, our senior boys, Al Rogers and Vince Escarpita, and a little special shout out to what's his name, Mrs. Groom? Josh Escarpita, the little
Yes.
bro of Vince. Vince, he came right up to us and he's
Right
like,
up.
I felt like a celebrity with him.
Well,
You're big time at the house.
Oh
Wow.
yeah, he is. I
Mr.
love
Daly's a celebrity all of a sudden?
Well,
Wow.
all of a sudden, Al.
Mhm.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Let me talk a little local sports first because we're still going. Mostly everybody's getting ready for winter sports right now, basketball and wrestling and girls basketball. But we do have two ladies still alive, still playing sports. Kaylin Hawley and Jenna Lacoma, the freshman. They're going up to Fort Devens. They qualified for the state cross-country tournament Saturday. So at noon, if you're doing nothing, head up to Fort Devens and we'll see how they do.
See them running
yeah,
all over the.
It's horrible.
They're all
but it's.
around.
I hope it's nice. It's going to be beautiful out today. So
Yeah.
hopefully they do
Best
good. And
wishes
good luck
to
to them.
them,
And
yeah.
and thank you to Mr. Figgy and Mr. Morrill for coaching and turning out a great product. I will tell you this: all the kids, even though they're not running Saturday, they're showing up to
I love
practice
that.
to support the
Yes.
two girls, and they're
Yeah.
running with the girls.
The chemistry is real.
Yeah, it is, Al. I was really
We
impressed.
find that across our sports here.
It was amazing. So, guys, I'm not going to lie to you. You have a big shoes to fill in after last. We've had two great guests. So, are you guys prepared for a good sports corner?
I mean, when are we not? Yeah, to be honest with you, when are we not prepared and ready?
Okay, all right. I'm
Well
trying
done,
Last
Vince.
week, Vince, we had to bring Al in an emergency because
saw that.
we didn't have Antonio, and Al was there to provide support, right, Al? And you did a good job.
I want to help out.
And you did a good job. So tell us, guys, what's going. We like to go to Vince to give us a background, and then our color commentator, Al. So Vince, what's going on out there?
I've been going to NBA. I know the Celtics just won their game over by Philly.
Yeah.
So 117-107.
Uh-huh.
Good game for the Boston.
Yep.
Tatum 29 points, White 27 points. All around good game.
Yeah.
I mean, we're trying to get some. I know Celtics fell back a little bit, but
Yeah.
I feel like they're gonna start coming.
Yeah, they had a couple losses, but they're still right there. I mean, they're still figuring out the chemistry. Wouldn't you agree, Al? Like, Chill's trying to figure out who their best lineup is. We got a lot of stars on that team this year.
Yeah, they're trying to move the.
I mean, they were short-handed last night, and they still took care of business.
Yeah.
So.
Who didn't? I didn't. Actually,
Porzingis and Brown.
Oh, they didn't play.
Nope.
Are they hurt or they just
Sort of. Well, Brown was, and I think Porzingis was too.
Yeah,
They both weren't.
Okay. What else is going on?
MLB just starting to come up with their awards. I know the Cy Young just came out,
Yes.
so we got in the NL Snell from the Padres. And
Yep.
Garrett Cole.
Snell from San Diego, and then who from who, Al?
Garrett Cole.
Derek Cole from
the Yankees.
The Yankees. Isn't that amazing that like the Yankees were horrible,
That was my
and
thought.
Cole had a great year.
Yep.
What are you gonna do?
Hey, little tidbit. Do you know the last guy to win a Cy Young from the Yankees?
Was it Ron Guidry?
Ron Guidry was one of them. Yeah, he was one of the unanimous ones. I think I picked that up.
Pettit.
No, Pettit never won. Roger
Clemens.
I knew that answer.
Why did I have a
then
feeling
you
it was
said
him?
it. You should have said it, Mrs. If you knew
Roger
the answer,
Clemens
you
was
would.
Well, because
One of the best
I was
pitchers I've
in the
ever
moment
seen,
thinking,
actually.
did he win it under the Red Sox or the Yankees? That's all.
He won 7 of them, Mrs. Groom. So he won a lot.
Wow.
Snooze, lose. 6 or 7. I think it's 7. Anyway, Garrett Cole, congratulations to him. Any other news? Baseball or basketball?
Basketball, get the Draymond.
Yes, I wanted to.
suspension.
I'm glad you
So-
brought this up. Hold on, Mrs. Groom.
Nope.
No, not going to comment on it. Okay, Vince, what
I
happened?
wouldn't anyways. It was
So,
the
little kerfuffle at the Golden State game,
Yeah.
couple games back. Draymond decided to put someone in a WWE move.
Oh, my
and
God. This guy.
You put him in a headlock.
Draymond Green from Golden State.
I
You know.
thought.
Yeah, okay. You
I
knew?
thought.
What?
The situation.
Pretty sure the whole world saw
I-
what
I
you did.
saw it.
but
Oh, you did?
it's not like
Yeah,
you-
the ripped
not-
shirt and everything.
Ripped shirt? Al, was there a ripped
Media.
shirt
There was
in
a
this?
ripped shirt, wasn't
Yeah.
there?
Can you
Huh,
describe
you
what
snooze,
happened?
you lose.
What happened? I
Grabbed
didn't see
him
it.
by the neck and choked him out, basically.
Draymond Green
Yes.
did.
That's
To who?
To Rudy Gobert.
And what led up to this? What was the problem?
Fight. I think there was like a fight going on, and
Mhm.
then they just started shoving each other, and then they started going MMA and WWE on each other.
Wow.
Wasn't it
2
right
seconds,
like when the
so-
game started?
It wasn't like the third quarter.
Oh.
Well, Draymond Green, I'm sure he got suspended
Yeah, it's
for.
For 5
Yeah,
games.
5
It
games.
should be a lot longer than that, but
Well, what's up with your Golden State guys? Are they still winning though, despite the problems?
they're 6-6.
Okay.
They
Ooh.
started off. 6-2.
Yep.
And then they started to lose a few games. But like I said it before, I'll say it again. It's a long season.
It is a long season. If those of you listening, Al is a big-time Golden State Warriors fan. And what are you at Celtics?
I'm a Bulls fan.
You're Bulls. How the Bulls doing?
They're okay. I mean, we're probably gonna lose our one good player.
Who?
I forget his.
DeRozan?
It might not the.
DeRozan.
Because I know Melo, he's gonna be out. He's out.
Okay.
So.
Tell me about football now, guys. It's time to go there.
Perfect.
Let's talk injury report, Mrs. Groom. Who's injured?
What we
You know, I
got?
was thinking about this. Why am I feeding you guys the injury report? I do all the research. Did you do your research?
Yeah, I have.
Go ahead, Vince. You
Hold on.
Give Mr. Groom the break.
No, hold on. The reason that we gave you a responsibility to do the injury report
Yes.
is because of your cluelessness in sports.
Wow.
But
Personally, I would not take that.
Oh,
but-
but I was just trying to help you get a little bit more information to do
Just
some
saying.
research.
Alright.
I mean, I know Mr. Groom knows what's going on, but you claim
He
that
does not feed me any
right.
information.
So I know that. So I was like, I'm gonna give her an opportunity to.
All right. So
increase her
Deshaun
knowledge base.
Watson, the quarterback from the Browns, he's
Yes,
out.
this is what I want. Yes.
For the season.
Whoa, really?
He is.
What
it
hurt?
is
What hurt?
correct.
What did he got hurt?
It was a serious shoulder
Okay.
injury, and he had a high ankle.
See, this is
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
Yeah, but it is a season-ending
Yeah.
injury.
That's gonna hurt the team, don't you think, Vince?
Of course. I
Yeah.
mean, he played that rest of the game. It was like the second quarter he
Yeah.
got hurt in the shoulder.
I feel like he played decent too.
He played his best game of the year.
Yeah.
He went 15 for 15
Yeah.
after that. So I'm like,
What else is going on, Mrs. Groom? Great job right there. I don't know why you would not want to brag.
No, I know, but I don't know.
That was impressive.
Well, thank you.
Okay.
Well, okay.
Vince, what else? You got anything to add with Mrs. Groom?
Stafford is planning a return after his thumb injury.
Okay.
So it
Did
looks-
you have that?
I did.
Oh, why
Yeah.
don't you go with what else?
No, that was pretty much it. I mean,
Okay.
there are a couple things.
There wasn't really that much
They're minor.
injuries.
Quarterback stuff is
Minor.
the most important.
Exactly.
Nah, for sure.
Yeah. There was big news in Buffalo. Does anybody want to share what that was?
Yeah, OC fired.
OC fired.
What's the OC, Mrs. Groom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some
Offensive coordinator.
Some random that like no one cares about, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. They fired
Mike's
the
not big of a
offensive
deal.
coordinator because the
Orange
Buffalo.
County?
No, it's not Orange County. The Buffalo Bills are clearly a disappointment. Would you guys agree?
I was always
I wouldn't
telling
say
you
this.
guys that Josh Allen was never the answer for like so long.
Yeah.
And people just kept on doubting me and saying, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong.
Josh Allen
I called this
Buffalo.
for months that he was never that guy.
Vince?
I said that.
What do you think?
He's the guy for Buffalo.
Yeah.
He's the guy.
You can have his opinion, but he's wrong.
He's got
really wrong.
Who? Vince is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think Josh Allen has?
Should have
this-
heard what he said yesterday.
You don't what?
Want me to tell him this?
Yeah.
So,
That was
Mr.
a
Forney asked the
hypothetical.
question,
That was not-
if you had to
not real.
pick a franchise quarterback tomorrow, who would it be? He said Tua Tagovailoa. I looked at Forney, and he looked at me, and we were like, we did not just hear that. That did not just come
He
out of his
picked
mouth.
Tua over. Who would you pick?
Mahomes.
Okay, thank you.
He got the first pick.
In a heartbeat.
Yeah, I mean, is that even?
It's not even a
That
question.
has nothing to do with the Bills and Josh
But that was a
Allen.
terrible.
Let's go back to the Bills for a sec. Vince, would you agree? I think I would too. Josh Allen has
He's
the
the
skill
guy.
set.
He's not going
right?
anywhere.
He needs to stop turning over the ball. That's
Okay,
his problem.
okay, agreed. But he's an NFL quarterback, better than 90% in the league, talent-wise. Would you agree?
I don't know.
He can run. He can throw. All right, we'll see.
Everybody has their opinion.
We'll find out. Okay. You know what? Let's go to our picks. We got a few minutes. Is there anything else, Vince? Actually, I wanted to talk. We got a couple extra minutes. What do you got?
I mean, if you want to talk Patriots,
I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think it's Zappy time. That's what I think. I don't think the Patriots might go on a tank. You know, not a full tank,
yeah.
but it's gonna be something like that. I mean, I still see Bill Belichick staying for next year.
There's rumors
I
that
don't
he could go to the Chargers.
He's not. He's on contract, so he's not moving anywhere.
Well,
We'll see.
Mrs. Groom, this is something that you can comment on for sure. Bill Belichick, the
Yeah.
coach of the
Yeah.
Patriots. Are you aware of what's happening right now in New England for the Patriots?
Well, I know that people want him and Mac, like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. What do you guys think? And do you think Mac is going to start another game for the Patriots? Mrs. Groom first. Yes or no?
I think the fans don't want that. So I say no.
You don't think he's going to start? What do you
No.
think?
I think he's going to be fine.
You think he's going to start again for Patriots? Or you think his Patriot days are done? They're going to move him?
He's probably gonna start, but I wouldn't be surprised if I saw a back.
Doesn't it look like he's just like a beaten dog?
Yes,
like
it
just
does.
doesn't even want to. It's just so his confidence is.
I never hear
at
anything
zero.
It's not all of his fault, though.
It's probably the line is horrible, right?
I mean, I say bring back Josh McDaniels.
You think so?
That's not going to do it.
You don't think so? All right. I
think-
wanted to talk before we get to our picks.
whatever.
Al, I want to update on your Giants, the G-men. What's going on over there? Quarterback healthy? No. Any comments about the? Any comment about your Giants? I can't wait for the. When is the game
Come on,
between the
let's
Giants and the
defeat it.
Patriots? The
Uh,
25th?
26.
26.
I think it's I want to call it the battle of the second pick, I guess.
We should put an extra little fun wager on that game just to make it. Beside our Buffalo Wild Wings.
What, waffle fries?
Yeah.
What's the extra waiver?
I don't know. We'll have to think about it. Okay, gambling's not legal. It's just for fun, guys, of course. But let's talk NFL picks. You obviously don't want to talk Giants, and I don't think I do either. The
I'm not
Patriots
really
and Giants are horrible. So we are going into Week 11. Right now, the points, if you're keeping track at home, I had 2 wins last week to put me at still ahead of everybody with 28. Mrs. Groom had 2, puts her at 24. Al, you had 3, which puts you at 20, still in the hunt. And Vince had 2, but we gotta figure out that extra missing week for you. So you're right there around 20 as well. So you're gonna in the hunt. So I can't wait to honey barbecue. I think I'll go with on my wings, paid by Al. Okay, so this week, here we go. You know what I don't have is a pen. Okay, here we go. Thanks, Mrs. Groom. Thursday night, that's tonight. Cincinnati, who we thought was back on track, and then they lay an egg last week, versus probably, Vince, would you say the best team in the NFL right now? One of?
You could say probably
Okay.
one of.
Lamar is a beast.
All right, I'm going to go. Vince, go ahead. You go first.
At Baltimore, I'm going with Baltimore.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to go Baltimore. Mrs. Groom?
Okay. I'm going with Cincinnati, and my husband's not happy about it.
Okay.
And I am.
Yep. And Al?
Lamar all day.
Lamar Jackson, and we're moving on to Cincinnati. Remember that with Belichick? We're moving on to Cincinnati. Chicago at Detroit, and you said Stafford is back?
This is a no-brainer game.
Stafford's not at
Oh wait, Stafford's. Yeah, where is?
Is that Rams?
Yeah,
Is that
Rams. Why did I think he was? Oh, he wasn't. Was he at the Rams? I mean,
Seahawks are at the Rams this week.
Oh, okay.
Seahawks.
Here we go. Oh no, I'm thinking about Stafford. Okay, Chicago, who's won, I think, and Detroit. This is a no-brainer according to Al. What do you got, Al?
Detroit.
Mr. Groom?
Not even a question.
Vince?
Detroit.
Oh, we're all gonna go with Detroit. Okay. Let's go the New York Giants versus the Washington Commanders at Washington. Vince?
Washington.
And I'm gonna go Washington. Mrs. Groom?
Washington.
What?
Excuse me.
I'm not picking my team. They're gonna lose.
Okay.
They don't even try, dude.
They don't even try that. I hope they don't.
Commanders
aren't
been all right
listening.
this year, though.
I hope they aren't listening. Okay, Vince's Seattle Seahawks versus the Rams. Al?
Seattle.
Ooh. Mrs. Groom?
Seattle.
Vince?
Gotta go with Seattle.
Okay, I'll go with the Rams. At the Rams, I'm going for the upset. And last but not least, this is the game of the week.
This has to be the game of the week.
This
Rematch
is hands
Super
down.
Bowl last year.
Rematch of the Super Bowl. The maybe the best team in the NFL, the Philadelphia Eagles. And at any point in their time, if Taylor Swift is going to be there, we're not sure. The Kansas City Chiefs, Mr. Groom is hoping for a T Swift sighting. Vince, what do you got? Philly at Kansas City.
This is really hard, but I think I'm going to take Patrick Mahomes in this one.
Okay, and I'm going to join you. I'm going to go with Kansas City.
Am I being called?
Yes.
Yes, Kansas City.
Oh, no. All right. And,
Kansas City.
Oh, we're all going Kansas City, guys? That is dangerous.
It's not dangerous because
we still have faith in Mahomes.
Eagles are not going to win that game.
You don't
it's
think
going to be a close? It's going to be a great game. As they say, a slobber knocker. It's going to be a 35-28 win for the Chiefs.
You heard it first.
Al.
Monday night slobber knocker. All right. Superintendent Spotlight's coming up next. Thanks for
great
listening
week.
to Tiger Talk.